Now, Mitt Romney is basking in the surge to his campaign that he received from the Sunshine State, Florida, where Republican voters gave him a decisive win over his presidential rivals. Mr. Romney won the Florida primary with 46% of the vote compared to 32% for his main rival, Newt Gingrich. The other candidates, former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum and Texas Congressman Ron Paul, received 13% and 7% respectively. But despite Mr. Romney's overwhelming victory, Mr. Gingrich dismissed any suggestion that he might pull out of the race, saying he would contest every one of the remaining 46 states. Well, let's talk some more about this. Joining us now live is Tim Stanley, British blogger and historian specialising in American history, and he's in Washington, D.C. at the moment. So, Tim, Mitt Romney back on track now?
Absolutely. It looks almost like the nomination is guaranteed. Except we have to remember that this time around, delegates to the convention, and that's where a nominee will be picked, are going to be distributed proportionate to the vote that each candidate gets. So even though Romney is likely to win many primaries in the coming weeks, it still means that Gingrich could go to the convention with enough delegates to play kingmaker or even regicide, depending upon your point of view.
OK, well, thanks for clarifying that about the rules. But Mitt Romney in Florida on favourable territory, wasn't he? I mean, a relatively liberal Republican base in Florida. How much can you extrapolate from that for other key battlegrounds that are coming up?
Well, you're absolutely right. This state was not very representative of the rest of the country. About 36% of people taking part in the primary were over the age of 65. In Florida itself, normally only about 19% of residents are over 65. So it was quite an elderly vote, quite a moderate vote, and in fact Romney did badly amongst people who described themselves as very conservative, kind of Tea Party folks. Those people went for Gingrich. Also, the northern part of the state, what we call the Panhandle, which is also very conservative, that pretty much went for Gingrich too. So it looks like Romney has built this coalition of moderates, of wealthy people, of people who aren't too bothered about religion, but he's still failing to reach out to the crucial conservative Tea Party Christian base.
OK, and Newt Gingrich says 46 states to go. I'm going to be staying in the race till then, but he needs a shot in the arm, doesn't he now, after Florida?
Well, he needs even more than that because his maths are wrong. He's not even on the ballot in Missouri or Virginia, which means he's actually only got 44 states he's going to be competing in. Gingrich has got to do a lot in order to recover his campaign. His big problem is that February is not a favorable month for him. Contests are taking place in Nevada, which is Mormon territory, Michigan, where Romney grew up, and of course, as I said, he's not even on the ballot in Missouri. So it's unlikely that he will score a significant win until March. And that means he's going to lose a lot of momentum and a lot of money.
And briefly, talking about money, Mitt Romney's got much more than Newt Gingrich, hasn't he?
Absolutely, and he spent a lot in this campaign. Interesting statistic to bear in mind, Romney spent between $15 and $20 million on ads in Florida. Only one of them was positive, and it was in Spanish. So Romney has the money to drag Gingrich down and win this on negativity alone.
Tim Stanley in Washington, thanks very much indeed on the Republican race for the presidency. Now,